Alright guys, so I wanted to walk you through the truck a little bit about what's going on, where I'm at. So the motor's set, the transmission transfer cases are set. I've already clearanced everything. There was quite a bit of surgery that had to be performed to get the motor back far enough. The reason I chose to put the motor where it's at is because I'll be able to use the stock fan in the stock location. I'm going to have maybe an inch of clearance between the fan and the radiator when I get it back together, and that was important because I didn't want to run electric fans because they won't pull as much air as this stock fan will. And that's important because I want to be able to tow heavy with this thing. I want to be able to do whatever I want with it, off-road or towing. I want it to be able to handle the work. A couple of things that I'm probably going to have to readjust with the motor are the placement of the alternator and the air conditioner. I was going to use a 94 to 98 air conditioner pump, but I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm not going to have the clearance, and I'd really not like to chop my frame up. I did have to clearance this cross member, and I did have to drill the holes for some bigger bolts, but other than that, I'd rather not chop too much off the frame. So instead of having the air conditioner pump down here, there's a kit out there. It's going to be, I'm going to have to pay through the nose for it, but it is what it is. It's going to move the air conditioner compressor up a little further so you don't have to deal with the frame cutting. If you want to come around, I want to talk about the turbo a little bit. So originally I had planned to use the elbow that came off of the 351 turbo. I'm not going to be able to because I don't have the room, and I don't want to clearance the firewall any further than I already have. So I'm going to have to have a custom elbow made, or I'll have to buy one, whichever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me either way. That way I can get the exhaust down and back. I would like to use the 4-inch straight pipe if I can. I may run a muffler, I don't know. So pretty much I was able to use the stock small block 4x4 engine mounts in their stock location. I did oversize the holes so I could use 1/2-inch grade 8 hardware just so it would hold the weight. If you want to come back in. So if you look down here, you can see that I use the stock frame mounts with the Cummins 1st gen motor mounts and these brackets. These brackets are part and parcel with this cross member, which you can't see very well, but that cross member, you eliminate the original small block cross member and you basically tie this one in there, and it clearances the bottom. It's a deeper cross member to clearance for the oil pan. I will have to do a lift. The amount of weight that's now sitting on the front end of the truck with this motor is considerable, a lot more than any other small block or even a big block. So I'm going to do a 4-inch lift just because of the proximity between the pumpkin on the axle and the bottom of the oil pan. Moving into the interior, you want to go around that side? So moving into the interior, this is about the location of my center console. I'm not anywhere near hitting the console in 2nd, 4th, or reverse with the NV4500. And I have full throw for all my shifters. So once I get this bolted back down, I'll have full functionality without having to lose my center console, which I always like to have a center console. The only thing I'm not going to be able to do is keep a drink in the cup holder closest to me, which is really not that much of a sacrifice. I did have to clearance the floor quite a bit. I had to clearance the firewall here quite a bit. Excuse my wire mess. But the NV4500 is in there with quite a bit of surgery. But this also went into a truck that it didn't belong, so you can expect something a little bit more drastic than normal as far as that goes. So, moving on to the bed. Some of you guys asked me about the bed. So this is a CM brand bed. It came off of a Dodge, a newer version of Dodge. I think it came off of a 3rd gen Dodge. It was originally set up for that. I had to drill a couple holes in the frame to locate the bolts where they needed to be. But if you come over here, you can see I got the 3 inches of clearance. Zach's gonna bring the phone over here so we can get a little better view. So I got 3 inches of clearance between here so I can actually clean the window, get back here with a power washer, what have you. I didn't want this too close. Frame flex and everything, I didn't want these two bumping together. And I want to be able to get back there to clean. As far as the wheel well clearance, I don't have any issues with wheel wells. I'm going to be able to put 20s with 37s easily on this 4-inch lift. I'll be able to do the same. This is held on with 8 bolts, so it's not going anywhere. It's rated for 30,000 pounds of towing. And I'm going to be mounting my fuel tank here, and I'll have my spare tire up here as well. So all in all, I'm going to have the room to do everything I wanted to do, be able to tow what I want to tow, and not have too many issues with engine clearance. I'm going to rebuild the cab area to clearance all that stuff, make a nice cover, make it look nice. I am going to Line-X the entire cab, everything. The whole truck's getting Line-X. I'm not going to fool around with a paint job. I'm going to lose all my emblems. So if anybody needs their house ripped off the foundation when I'm done with the truck, just let me know. I'll be available. I don't charge much. So thanks for watching, guys.